quick heads up before we start the video. I've switched editing software, so the sound of this video should be significantly better balanced than the last one. Thank you ever so much to that big bird for commenting about that, but that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Good morning lads, my name's Sotinian and today is the third day on the server. Now, I've been quite busy during the day since I have added a few things that I thought would be the best to do off camera. Now, one of those things is a tiny makeshift villager trading station just to get a few enchantments that was missing currently. Now, I also managed to get my hands on a tiny bit of netherite that is just chilling in one of the chests here. Right, there it is. But I've decided not to use it quite yet as there are a few enchantments that are still missing from both my boots and my helmet. And me and another member of the server called Guinea, oh he's not currently on, we'll go on a end raid. So I'm probably going to end up combining a bunch of materials in order to get what I need. Now, you might also have noticed a bunch of cats hanging out here, and that actually brings us on to what we're going to do today. So today we're actually going to tackle one of the major problems that I've been having during, well, today, and that is my supplies of gunpowder. Now, I don't have a lot of gunpowder and I don't have a lot of iron, and both of which will come in incredibly handy later on today, so that is probably something we should start doing right now. Now, one of the things we'll have to do now is to find a decent place for our farms to go. Now, this is a special area that will be completely dedicated to all of our farms, so it has to be somewhere relatively close but not too far away from our base so I can't get to it. And speaking of which, I think this area right here will do just nicely, as it is relatively deep and there's no real islands around, which makes it a lot easier to deal with. Now, I have gathered up a decent amount of materials in order to build these farms, however, I'm not quite sure how far we'll get with them. Hopefully we'll be able to get at least the shell done, and once we've done that, we can just put in all those cats you saw earlier. Well, I was completely wrong. I forgot pretty much every single redstone component, so now I have to wait for a bunch of stone to smelt up. However, now we are pretty much done with the pickup system for the creeper farms. As you can see, there are a few hoppers and such missing, but we'll get around to it eventually. Right, what we need to do now is to set up all of the spawning platforms in order to get all the creepers spawning. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is how big each platform will be. Now, the only thing we have to do now is to copy this over to all the other individual farms and get them all up to 10 layers. Now, I actually don't mind doing this all that much. I think it's quite relaxing. You know, insta-mining probably has to be one of the most satisfying things in the game. So lag spikes are probably not. Now, unfortunately, our pickaxe did not actually have that much durability, so I wasn't actually able to get as much sandstone as I would have wanted. But hopefully, this will be enough to finish the farm. Alright, the general structure of the creeper farm is pretty much done now. So, the only thing left is to build, of course, build a roof, as well as placing the cats and get the trapdoors. And in order to get enough trapdoors, we're going to have to do a bunch of this. Okay, surely this should get us a decent amount of trapdoors. Oh, hello lad. Having a bit of a stroll, are we? Sorry, mate. So, I've taken the liberty to bring 10 cats for the first creeper farm. Now, the best way to get these cats into their respective layers is to simply make a hole going through the middle of the farm and simply drop in the cats. Now, this farm is based on a farm made by Logical Geek Boy, but I modified it a tiny bit as I was experiencing some issues in my creative testing. The layers on the original farm took advantage of the entire scale range of the cats, however that also meant that some of the creepers would just stand on the edge of the trapdoors. So I made all the layers a tiny bit smaller to counteract that issue, and because of that the placements of the carpets might confuse you if you built this farm design before, but this formation actually works for the slightly modified one which I'm building. Oh my god, the wood I got didn't even finish one of the 4 farms. I honestly can't believe this. It seems like I'm going to have to do a whole lot more wood gathering now. And so much in fact that I've already broken a diamond axe, and I don't think another one is going to cut it. Haha, get it? Cut it? So I'm going to have to invest one of my netherite ingots just to be able to get enough wood. That really hurt. Okay, now we should have enough wood. Newsflash, that was nowhere near enough to get all the trapdoors in place. So I decided to do all of the remaining resource gathering and building off camera. And the reason for this is that I'd woken up at 6 PM, started this project at around 1 AM, and finally got to finish and run a short efficiency test that was done by 6 PM the next day. I worked for a solid 17 hours and I'd been awake for roughly 24 hours. So I honestly couldn't be bothered recording any more footage at that point. But I did go AFK for roughly 5.5 hours and got way much more gunpowder than I had expected. I think we're pretty much set in terms of gunpowder. At this point I got a message from Ginny, a guy from the server, proposing that we'd start a bit of a partnership where we share our mega farms. He did have some really strong arguments, so I couldn't really refuse. But now that we have a nice income of gunpowder, we should definitely look into upgrading our sugarcane farm, as that's what's currently restricting our production of rockets. And in order to build the farm that I have in mind, I'm going to have to get a bunch of iron and cobblestone for all the pistons and observers. Everything seems to be going to hell today. I decided to go caving and listen to some music, so I turned off the Minecraft sound. Unfortunately, this meant that I didn't hear the creeper that was sneaking up behind me, so I died and most of my stuff fell into lava. I tried going back to the place I died to at least get my pickaxe and maybe some other stuff back, but I couldn't find it, so I pretty much lost all my good items I had. So I told my new business partner what has happened, and he let me borrow his elytra to try and get some more stuff to replace the items that I just lost. Then we had a bit of a bro moment. Fortunately, I did have a decent amount of rockets, so I was actually able to use Guinea's elytra viably. I went end raiding for a while and got a decent amount of stuff. The only piece of equipment I didn't get my hands on was a new helmet, which is a bit of a shame. So now I'm back in the overworld and I've got myself some pretty decent stuff. I've used the potatoes that the villager breeder has produced to get some more enchanted books, but the prices are really expensive, so I should probably do something about that. I did find 3 golden apples as well as a potion of weakness that Guinea found on his way over to my base, so I think it would be a good idea to try and convert some of the more important villagers. So the thing we need right now is a zombie that can wear a helmet. So let's see if one of these can wear it. Yes, okay, let's capture him. No! I have to be joking. Oh, hello, Mr. Zombie. Would you like a new hat? Yes, okay. Let's be really careful so it doesn't fall into the water. Haha! Victory! Okay, so the zombie is fully set up, and I've prepared both of the librarians that I've decided to cure, so let's get to it. Awesome, now we got Unbreaking for 1 emerald. I tried leveling this guy up to see if I would get any other good enchantments, but I didn't have any luck with this one. However, this mending guy also decided to give me a 1 emerald protection trade, which is amazing. I really wanted to build a sugarcane farm in this episode, but I'm afraid that will have to wait for next time. If you enjoyed the episode, please leave a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more of them. Also, feel free to leave suggestions of what you would like to see in the future episodes. But this is pretty much it for now. Have a good one.